Welcome back to 1 week later on the Spectrum Sanctorum show. I'm the co-host of this 1 week later special, Joe Dove, Captain Extraordinaire from Captain's Quadrant on Spectrum Sanctorum. With me this week is the incomparable, the amazing, the unbelievable Australian King, Rick from Pop Culture Spread. I'm so excited to be reviewing Stranger Things with you. This is super exciting. How are you, buddy?
Joe. I'm great, Joe. I'm fantastic. Billy, how are you?
Good to be here.
Good to be here, guys. So good. It's been a while and cannot wait to discuss great Stranger Things with you guys. So
all right.
forward to it.
And of course, you may know him as Billy, but I know him as my college roommate. He is the left to my right. He is the foot to my leg. He is the incomparable. He is the super dramatic. He is a man of many voices because he's also a Cobra Commander. You know him best as Billy.
Well, hello. It's a pleasure to be here today. I couldn't resist with that introduction.
Hey, if I set it up, you knock it out, man. That's what you got to do. All right, so welcome to this Stranger Things 4 recap. 1 week later, the show has been out. We've all binged it. It's a week later exactly. We're going to get into the pros and cons of it, but I am just going to give you a quick intro and a recap. Where several teenagers are killed in mysterious ways. The gang comes back together with a new teammate, Eddie Munson, as the leader of the Hellfire Club to a Dungeons & Dragons game. The group includes Dustin and the original friend from the Stranger Things series. Eddie becomes the prime murder suspect and is hunted down by a crazy varsity asshole named Jason Carver and members of the basketball team that believe Eddie killed Jason's girlfriend, Chrissy Cunningham. Using sadistic, satanic powers. Dustin and friends investigate and discover that murders were carried out by a powerful being that lives in the Upside Down that they dub Vecna. Now, there is a subplot line where Mike Wheeler, Eleven, and Will are on the world of California, where they know how to party. Due to the events in Hawkins and the imminent danger to her friends, Eleven lives out with Dr. Martin to rekindle her powers. And Sam Owens returns to a secret facility to regain her powers, as I said. Mike, Will, and Jonathan's friend Argyle try to track Eleven down. And the third plot line of this very split series, which was really good, I liked how they did this, it follows Joyce and Mary Bowman, who learn that Jim Harper is still alive and are trying to bring money to release him from the prison in Russia. Harper is held and is forced, alongside with the other mates of the prison, to battle the Demogorgon that the Russians have captured. So that is the rundown. Let me hear your pros and cons. Let's start with you, Rick. What do you think?
Mate, look, I've got some pros and cons with this. The good thing I liked about this season is, one, is the production of it. I think they've just stepped it up. So it was it looks phenomenal. The writing was fabulous. The acting was great. Casting, everything was really, really good. Storylines were great. The cons on this one, which for me was, I was hoping in some of the other seasons they'd kill off one major character, and they never did.
No.
And I was hoping they were going to kill someone off, not just one of them.
Yeah.
And I thought we were going to get close, and we didn't get close to it, and so that kind of was a bit of a bummer. I didn't think much of the Russian saga with the whole
really
Harbor.
Yeah.
I found that quite boring for me.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't think it was worth it. Some scenes were a bit lagging and dragging for me.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I absolutely love the series. And I love that they put a 2.5 hour and an hour and a half for the last two.
Yeah.
I thought that was
awesome.
A
nice touch.
Yeah.
Nice touch. Billy, give us your pros and cons.
Well, one thing I got to disagree with Rick on. I thought that they did kill off one character, and we might have killed off a second if we can get into the spoilers. But
yeah, get into the spoilers. A week later, if you haven't seen it now, go fuck yourself. You know, you wouldn't be here.
Correct. Okay. I'm not sure if they're going to have Max wake up. If they do bring the show back with the spinoffs that they're talking, I could actually see Max possessed one and doing like an Exorcist season.
Interesting.
I mean, that's at least what I was thinking. I thought they were setting up like they said Vecna's not dead, but his body's destroyed.
Right.
So is he inside her? Because she's not there.
He's inside her, all right. Oh yeah.
He's
That's what she
And-
said.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
oh no.
Yeah, we're going there already.
already.
Yeah, already.
We're 5 minutes in. It's okay.
Yes, we waited. We had some decorum.
Yeah. Oh man. I enjoyed it. I gotta say, I love the pacing of it. I thought they did a nice balance with the whole Russia thing. My biggest pro was Vecna. I thought it was a great little backstory. I've seen a lot of things all over, especially TikTok, saying that he's been there since the beginning. So I went back, and this is what it made me do. It made me go back and watch the first season again. I did hear the 1 clock once, but I didn't hear like the ticking. You just hear that chime, that boo, that like drop chime. Yeah. And then but I did notice that I hadn't seen in the original was this big shadow figure that had been popping up, which I always assumed was a Demogorgon and not Vecna. But now looking at the body physique, maybe it was Vecna. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And that was
cool. I
thought that was I thought it was a big pro to me. The cons, I mean, the Russia thing didn't pay off like I anticipated because they had a Demogorgon. How the fuck did it get there? They really didn't get into like did they
also how did Hopper get there? I mean, like
he like popped up and
he blew up and then it's like survived the explosion.
Yeah.
In Russian prison.
Yeah. It was like, wait a minute, how is he? Like, I thought that the Russians were doing one too. Well, the Americans are doing it. We got to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I thought it was going to be one of those things where they were trying to one up the United States, but it never really paid off that way. So a little disappointed with that. I do like the acting. It was great to see Sigourney Weaver get down to the old Ellen Ripley skivvies. I thought that was a nice little throw. I don't know if that was done on purpose, but I caught it. So I'm going to say it is. And I really thought it was interesting to see our special cameos. And that's what we're going to get into.
Oh, yes.
The villains, the battles, the cameos, and the deaths. So let us go into the big one, Robert Englund.
Yes, Freddie gave his son his blessing.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. They definitely based Vecna a lot on... Freddy Krueger, he was all melted and everything.
All I thought when I saw Vecna is Freddy Krueger and Swamp Thing had a baby.
Yeah, I got that. He played a character named Victor Creel. That was the person that they blamed for the murders in the 1950s. I think it was the father of the actual Vecna character. Really creepy storyline. His eyes were stitched shut because Vecna has this superpower where he basically absorbs your essence and he just completely rumbles and destroys you. And I thought that was pretty neat. And of course, we got to see the return of Paul Reiser from Aliens, which I thought was a great cameo. And he didn't die. I was expecting him to die like Papa, but he made it. He's going to be in
Papa died? Oh,
you didn't notice that?
Gotcha.
I was like, whoa.
Oh, we weren't doing it.
Papa, yeah.
Papa. So I thought that was a really neat that he made it because I remember he was an asshole in Alien and he got it. And I was like cheering. Yeah. It's like, this is the only time I'm cheering for the Xenomorphs. But what did you guys think of those cameos? How cool was it to see Robert Englund, Billy?
Yes, Freddie.
And then we'll go to Rick. Rick?
Go. Oh, I thought you were going to go with Billy on that one. First.
He said yes. Yeah, he was. That was it. It was
sweet. Yeah. Yes, great. Yeah, no, it was great to see. And there's a lot of this. If you go back through it all, you see all the homages to a lot of the 80s in throughout this whole season and through the
series itself.
Day one to now, the series itself. Yeah, really good. Paul Reiser, I'm not much of a fan of Paul Reiser. Yeah, he's great. Oh. Yeah, but no. But I mean, Robert Englund, you see him in everything, when he comes back. But so good to see it. But if we could get a little bit more cameos, maybe someone a little bit, maybe in season 5, we might get someone Someone big? Who knows? You don't
Maybe
know.
it'd be cool
Well,
to get
Robert
like.
Englund is big. I gotta give that
He is
credit because, like,
Yeah.
I grew up watching
Freddy.
every one of the Freddy Krueger movies that he was in, and also the Freddy's Nightmare TV series, which was like a Tales from the Crypt type show.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember going to like Coconuts Video and buying that on VHS. That
Wow,
was like
Coconuts.
awesome.
That's a
love
callback.
Wow.
That's a callback.
that. I mean,
I
Freddy,
really like to see Freddy, but it would be really cool if they got like, Kane Hodder or, the guy who did Michael Myers. There's a lot of people that can get from the horror world, but
Yeah.
you can also get some guys from, your standard pop culture, as a nod to our friends Rick and Jazz from Pop Culture Spread. They could get like the Ghostbusters, Ernie Hudson. They could get, Dan Aykroyd. There's a lot of people that they could probably get that I'm sure would love to just pop in, even if it's a
if they
quick
ever
cameo
wanted.
like Freddy.
I still think like if they ever did, Robin's girlfriend, if they ever had her meet the mom, get Molly Ringwald to play the mom because
Oh,
that girl
yeah, that
looks
would be
just like
just
Molly
like-
Ringwald's
yeah.
clone.
Yeah,
They did.
that's a good call. Yeah, that's a really good call. I noticed that too. It's like she looks really familiar now that you've said it into words. I'm like, oh shit, that's what it is. And then we had Eduardo Franco, who played the new big buddy for Mike and the gang, who was driving the pizza bus to bring 11 out of danger from the hidden bunker that they were using for experimentation. And you may remember him from American Vandal and Superintelligence. He played a really fun stoner character that ate pineapple pizza. And, I'm going to say something very controversial. I like pineapple pizza. I think it's a really good. I like it. It's a nice salty and sweet.
No.
Yeah, with cauliflower crust. Oh, man.
Big awesome out.
I'm sorry, I'm leaving the chat. I have to leave the video now.
Yeah.
I'm alone. I'm alone on this one. I don't know. I got ever since COVID, my taste buds changed.
This hurts. This hurts worse than losing Paulie.
Oh, Paulie. Oh, man. Yeah. What a week. What a week.
And James Caan too.
Oh my goodness. Yes. All the great Italians this week. So let's talk about the villain. Let's talk about Vecna. What do we think regarding his arrival and this whole backstory that they created for this season? You finally got to see what actually happened during the great meltdown of the project in Illinois. And it wasn't 11 that killed all the kids. Do you guys think that was shoehorned in, or how did you feel about that? We'll start with Rick.
Look, you kind of could see it was going to be like that. And I love Vecna. I think it was just so good as a character. And the look of him, the way they presented him, and his whole backstory with his family and how he kills, his family and everything. And he's, like you said before, Joe, he's been in that series from
day one
back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is interesting because there's so many theories out there and it makes you want to go, oh, hang on, I'm going to go back and watch it and see.
And it worked.
Yes, and it worked.
Yeah.
So, but it's going to lead up to something very, very big in the final. There's going to be obviously someone bigger than Vecna, which obviously there's a lot of theories which we'll discuss. But yeah, creepy looking guy. Love him. Awesome.
Yeah, I loved Vecna. I really enjoyed the design of the character. It kind of fit into the Upside Down world. It kind of made you seem that he created the Upside Down into the world of the demonic and terror that we have come to see this season. And I thought it came out really cool, especially since they have a connection to Robert Englund as Victor Cree. And I thought that kind of fit really well into the design of the character. He had that long, almost like claw, not a glove this time, but like those claw-like tentacle hands that sucked up people's eyes, and the whole backstory of him being basically a serial killer just kind of was such a nod to Freddy and maybe even Hellraiser, since you have the other world. But I thought it worked really well, and I'm sure he's not dead. I just feel like he's popping up again. Billy, what did you think of Vecna?
Oh, I'm also going to mention one other thing that's nice. I like that Victor Krill ended up in the insane asylum because Freddy Krueger was the son of 1,000 maniacs.
Yeah, that was a nice nod too. Yeah, good catch.
So I like that, and just Vecna, I love the costume. It was nice that they used practical effects for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I give the guy props. I heard he spent 6 hours a day to put that makeup on.
Mm-hmm.
Holy hell. And I love that there's footage of him doing the ADR work where you hear him doing the Vecna voice.
Yeah.
I like that up until like the reveal, if you didn't know that was the same actor behind the scenes, it was actually a surprise for some people. Other people, if you just wanted to know, even if you saw that he was the same actor, you didn't always know that he was going to be the same character.
Right.
And they did that so well. And I like that technically 11 is responsible for almost everything without actually being the killer. That's nice. Yeah, she didn't kill everybody in the lab, but she sent him to the Upside Down. That's where he became worse.
Right. So she basically created this worse villain, you know?
Yeah, so yeah, she didn't kill everybody in the lab, but almost everybody that died in Hawkins is technically on her.
Yeah. Yeah. You're the bad guy. Is 11 the bad guy? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Inadvertently?
Yeah, basically they said like, don't worry, 11's not the bad guy. 11 didn't kill everybody in the lab. She just killed everyone in town.
Yeah, it's just much worse. Especially the way the town just went total shit at the end. Yeah. It was really cool to see his name's Jamie Campbell Bower as Vecna and number 1. I thought that was a really cool person to play that. He has these looks about him that kind of remind me of the person that plays Pinhead, whose his name slips my mind right now. But you may remember him from, because I know people are wondering, wow, he looks familiar. Where do I know him from? If you saw Sweeney Todd or the Mortal Instruments, or maybe even the Twilight Saga, then you would recognize Jamie Campbell Bower. He was in those series. He has this very old-timey look to him, which is why it worked so well to be in the 50s at that time. And I think that they really are spot on with this casting. And another thing I'm going to bring up before we move on is they're going to be wrapping this up in the next season. And I think that's great because these kids had growth spurts. Right?
They're in their what, 20s? They're all in their 20s?
No, they're all teenagers, but they're huge.
Yeah.
They're almost 20 and they're all monsters.
No,
man.
that's right.
And I hate to chime in, but I just couldn't resist. I love the internet is cruel, and I occasionally love it. You're like, damn, what's Dustin pushing 40s now?
Yeah, he's up there. He's up there. I gotta give kudos to the guy who played Jason Carver, because he was the low-key asshole bad guy from the varsity basketball team.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand him, and I so wanted him to get really, really beaten up. But unfortunately, it didn't turn out that way, even though it really went well. Yeah, I mean, Lucas. That throwdown was awesome, but it could have been just a little bit better if we got the satisfaction of, Lucas getting the upper hand and like putting him down like harder. But when the upside down became right side up and split the whole town and the dude like burned in half, I'm like, okay, that's good. We're good. What do you think, Rick? What did you think of this subplot character?
I thought he was great. There's always that one character that's, but that whole scene going back, and then, you see Max and she's like gonna die, which was just great. And I thought, this is the moment. This is the moment they're gonna kill someone. And I was so excited. And to see him break the arms and the legs and she's all gone. I thought at that moment, if she had died, and then that's when I thought Lucas would have just snapped and then taken him out. I thought that would have been awesome. But the way that they delivered it that way, him burning, that's fine,
Yeah.
So, but it's good.
Billy?
Yeah, because this one actually, I'm surprised. This season, even though, I know it's not enough of the main characters dying for Rick, there's a large body count for this season. I mean, yes, we see a lot of strangers die. I'll admit that. But there's a lot of kids die. I mean, first starting with Chrissy, then there's the other kid from the basketball
team. The nerdy kid. Yeah. Hey, we don't care about them. They're not on the original cast.
No, that's right. One original. Someone's gonna die.
And then
Get Will.
Eddie, which we liked Eddie. I mean, Eddie plays Metallica. I give him credit for that. I like that.
Amazing.
Yeah. Low key hero, Eddie. Rest in peace.
And
and
nobody liked Eddie.
and no, everybody, the whole town turned against Eddie real quick. They're like, "Fuck Eddie, he killed that girl." No, I didn't, man. They
He
were
might
ready.
not have been the hero they needed, but he was the hero they deserved.
Yeah, exactly. Quote from Batman. There you go. Yeah, you're right though, Billy. I mean, I know the characters that you were hoping somebody get picked off, Rick, but the death count in this was insane. Yeah. And it's got to be much more because the town got ripped open by the Upside Down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm surprised like you didn't really see more people get like totally fucked up by like the ripping portal. And how cool was that graphic of the things just opening up and splitting through houses and just total devastation. It reminded me a lot of like the end of Ghostbusters, both of them, when things go really straight to shit and then like all these ghosts start blooming out of everywhere. So I thought that was probably a hidden nod in there that they've added. But yeah, the death count was super high. And, you know, like I said, they had to wrap this up because these kids are getting huge, man. I bet you if I stand next to them, I look like a regular guy. And, you know, and I'm old. So
yeah, I mean, we're almost Dustin old.
Yeah, exactly. Dustin's like Benjamin Button over there.
Oh, jeez.
I apologize to that kid.
Yeah.
Poor Dustin.
Poor Dustin.
Gayton. No.
I think maybe he'll be the one to die. Season 5, he sacrifices himself. He inspired by Eddie. He'll go out so metal that he'll.
Can we just say how good? Well, I mean, everyone loves Eddie now as a character. So many people love it. And I think what's great about it now with this is the music. I forgot to say about the music. How good is the music?
Oh, yeah. The music is always good.
So good. And now we get to see and we hear another generation of people a younger generation experience a lot of this music that we heard in the 80s. You know, I'm a massive Metallica fan. It was so good to see that. And now we're getting to see this younger generation come in on it. And yeah, so good. So good.
And for me, I'm a big I am a huge Vangelis fan. He just passed away this year. The scene where they're preparing 11 to get into the salt water and kind of go into the Upside Down. Hearing that tune from Vangelis was just like, it was my, you know, I knew that. I even did a TikTok on it. I was like, oh shit, I know that song. Because I'm a huge music guy. And just like you said, the Metallica stuff just gave me so much. And then all that classic 80s music that just is perfect for my ears. It's like putting butter all over my body. It just feels so good.
Yep. There's an image. Burn that out of my mind.
But like I said, you know, they've got to wrap it up and we've got to wrap it up. What do you think is going to happen in the series finale, season 5? Let's start with Billy this time.
I just hope they don't do too much of a time jump or something like that.
They're all adults.
Yeah, it's just gonna be like, now like the girl from that 70s show is the new Max as she wakes up from the coma. And,
oh God.
Josh Gad is now Dustin, and like they have Uma Thurman as the adult Robin.
Oh man, that would be hilarious.
I got to give a shout out to her mom.
Yeah, her mom's was awesome. Many of imageries in my head for her mom years ago when I was young, but I'll leave that out. I've already exposed enough of myself on the show. Butter.
Oh no! I closed my eyes and that nightmare is still there.
You see him.
Yeah. You can't unsee it. Even though you didn't see anything.
I'm doing the Victor Krill on this.
Rick, what are your predictions or speculations for the future final season?
I think Vecna's going to come back in some sort of way, and I think Eddie is definitely going to come back as well.
Oh,
Eddie. I think Eddie's going to come back, and he's going to be Vecna's right hand sort of lieutenant, I guess you want to call him.
Ooh.
And I think and they're going to be battling someone else. I don't know who yet, but I think that's where it's going to lead to.
My
feelings.
Interesting. I like it. Super Vecna.
Because we didn't really see where the body go for Eddie's body. You know what I mean? We could see that.
The bats were eating
11,
them up. I thought.
Well, 11 can bring people back, so Vecna can do the same thing.
Oh,
He hasn't got a body.
That's a really
so
good fucking
he
theory.
could, you know what I mean? So
oh, that's a good one.
I think that's where it's going to lead. I reckon. So,
I like it.
And he can turn Eddie straight away because the town was against him, so he could put that in his head that the town hates him. Everyone, I think Vecna can do it. So that's where I think it is going.
I love it. All right, Billy, top that.
Actually, I think about that. I think maybe they might actually. I could actually see them bringing back Eddie, but I could see them doing like season 3 where they're the zombie duplicates, like the Pod People's versions, like what he was doing with Billy in season 3, and have all people that Vecna has killed so far all come back, and maybe then have 2 Maxes at one point. Have like the zombie one that he thought he killed for like the 3 minutes, and then the real one that wakes up from the coma.
Interesting.
Yeah,
that's an interesting.
And
one.
have Billy and Max as torturing Max more.
Wow, that's a cool one. Well, here's my theory, folks. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Butter. No. No, just kidding. Barb is the ultimate bad in this whole thing. Barb's going to get her own justice because she's going to be the big bad. She's going to be Tiamat, the big bad in Dungeons and Dragons, the ultimate dragon that's got all the heads. She's going to be a little bit of the Mind Flayer. She's going to be a little bit of a Demogorgon and a little bit of Vecna. She's going to have all those different powers, and she's going to be like, you guys totally forgot about me. Go fuck yourselves and come and get revenge. And we're going to get a huge twist, and everybody's going to be like, whoa, Butter would have been better.
Hey, who's Barb?
Who's Barb? See, nobody remembers Barb. Justice for Barb.
That's right.
Justice for Barb. Justice. How amazing would that? I mean, I think that would be kind of cool. Having Barb in there. I don't know. I mean, I'm excited. Whatever they do, I'm here for it. The Duff brothers are amazing. They're great writers. Yeah. This show has been stellar out of the gate. I've been a huge fan of it from the beginning, and I'm here for it. I really like both of your predictions, but Rick, man, that one sounds really dope.
That one sounds good.
Yeah,
I think because there's so much love for Eddie. I think it's, and plus, like, come on, man, he played Metallica on a
he's got to come back. Yeah,
Camperman, man. So he's got to come back. Much love.
If they got to do anything for Metallica, another song I like that they did, Master of Puppets, but come on, do Creeping Death.
Yeah,
I mean, that song is classic too, and I think that one would be great for the show.
That song was released in Master of Puppets was released in March of '86, March 3rd. This was set in March 22nd, so 2 weeks after the song. So Eddie learned this song within 2 weeks.
Yeah, fucking badass.
It's
a badass. Yeah. He's a rock legend.
That's why Eddie never dies in our hearts.
Yeah, justice for Eddie. Oh man.
Screw Barb.
No, bring back Barb. Bring back Barb. Barb and Butter. That should be a t-shirt.
Put it on a t-shirt.
Barb and Butter. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Barb and Butter.
Barb and Butter. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of 1 week later, or as we know it as Owl. Who is here? We got Rick and Billy and myself, Captain Joe Dove, Butterfree. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Please like, subscribe, and comment below. What are your theories? What do you think is going to happen in season 5? This is going to be the big epic finale that we've all been waiting for. Are they going to just nuke the planet because it's the only way to be sure? Who knows?
They're going to run out of butter.
Who knows? All right. Rick, please tell us where they can find you. It's good to see you, and we're glad to have you, but let us know where they can get you and at you.
Guys, they can follow myself and Jace at a Pop Culture Spread. We've got all our socials, Facebook's, Twitter, all our socials. Go check it out. And go check out our merchandise store if you want to pick up some cool merchandise as well at popculturespreadstore.com.au. Check it all out, guys. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. Had a ball today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
Awesome.
I'm Joe Dub. You can catch me in a couple of minutes live on, or if you're watching this at a later date, you can catch us on the Captain's Quadrant. And Billy and I have been friends for so long, we've actually got our own little fun thing that we do, and it's called To Be Seen, the number 2, BESCENE. And you can catch your Billy and I on that on Clapper, the new TikTok. You can catch us on Twitter, the original tweeter,
The OG.
the OG, and of course YouTube. You can hit us up on all of those, and we have merch on Clapper, so you can get some buttons and stickers and all those fun things. And if you're a veteran, you can check out Billy at the VA hospital where he changes diapers. So take care, everybody.
Actually, I'm an IT doctor.
Love that. Take care, everybody.
See you.